Hello amigos, ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new episode of Flores Watch. Obviously this series that we have on this channel where we follow the career of Marcelo Flores, the Mexican 18-year-old that's playing for Arsenal's under-18s at the moment. So he's had a momentous 24 hours. Yesterday, about 24 hours ago, he was on the bench for the Arsenal's U23 game against Brighton, a game that they ended up drawing 1-1. He was actually brought on off the bench at the 74th minute, so he had a good 15 odd minutes with the U23s. Um, so then I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he's not going to play for the under 18s because the under 18s play today, or 24 hours later. I was thinking maybe he's not going to play for the under 18s, but he did. He started that game, played the whole game. Ended up being a 3-2 victory against North London derby rivals Tottenham Hotspur, which is awesome. Always love to beat them, no matter what age. Um, yeah, so he's had a momentous 24 hours. He's obviously 50 minutes with the U23s and a full 90 minutes with the under 18s. Um, in what's his first minutes, his first game times since coming on from Mexico to make his senior team debut for Mexico way back in December. It feels like a long time ago now. So pretty decent. I didn't get any goals, didn't get any assists, but still, um, you got almost 2 hours worth of game time, which is good. Even got a shout out from the Arsenal Academy Twitter. Obviously, I retweet that if you follow me on Twitter, so pretty cool. They obviously really rate him. Um, it's pretty interesting times for Arsenal at the moment because even in the youth system, I mean, ignoring the whole first team stuff, um, even in the youth system, we've got players coming back from loans, players going on loans, um, lots of players being sold, lots of players going out on loan to then get sold. So there's big movement going on in the youth system at the moment. So um, it does very, very much. I mean, I always knew that this year, 2022, was going to be the year that he was really going to step up into the U23s. Because he had a big injury last year, so that's why it didn't happen before now. Um, so yeah, it looks like they're gradually moving him into the U23s. He seems to be still a very integral part of the under 18 squad, though. He's not being kept in the under 18s because he's not good enough for the under 23s. He's being kept in the under 18s because he's good. He's one of their best players. Um, but the under 23s is a big step up, I think. I think it's easier for a player to jump physically to jump from U23s into the first team rather than under 18s into U23s. So he's got a bit of a ways to go, got a bit of a learning curve to climb up. But also far so good. Obviously they don't really, from what I can tell, they don't um, like to share players between the two teams. They like to have an under 18 squad and an under 23 squad. I don't think they like doing what they did with him this weekend, where they play a bit in one game and then another game. Eventually, soon, I think, probably in February time, he'll make the jump up to U23s. Once all the loans and all the transfer stuff gets done in the U system, I reckon there'll be space left in the under 23s for him and he'll jump straight into that spot. So I don't see him finishing the season in the under 18s. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. I think the fact that he played off the bench yesterday shows me that they are at least seriously thinking about and planning moving him into the under 23s. And then from the under 23s, you see Charlie Patino recently, and obviously Saka and all the others, Smith Rose, etc. Um, they want you in the 23 squad. You're just a step away from the first team, providing Arteta likes you, and Arteta seems to like him. He keeps calling up to first team training, so that's good. And on the backdrop of this, there was this whole rumor about this Canada camp thing in January that he was invited to and that he had accepted. Apparently, that's what the rumor is. But it obviously got, I think it was cancelled because of COVID or something. So it's not going ahead. I don't think, from my last investigation of it. Um, and fair enough. I mean, you always. I mean, the fact that he's played for Mexico makes it harder for him to play for Canada. But I totally expected him to go to a camp in Canada and check the coaches out and the training methods and all that stuff. Totally expected that to happen. It probably will still happen. It probably happened a bit later on now, but it could have happened in January. But that doesn't mean that he's suddenly going to go, oh, I'm going to play for Canada now. He's still got the big decision to make. He can still play for Canada if he wants to, but he has to make that one-time switch. So any game, in any way, shape, or form, even if friendly, if he wants to play for Canada, and at all ever, he has to make it permanent. So he has to really, 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 really want to play for Canada to make that jump. Because for me, I think if he had any doubts about playing for Mexico, I don't think he would have wanted to have played in December. Because he must have known that it would have not captized him, but half captized him, if that makes sense. Um, it definitely made his decision harder. If he wanted to keep it 50-50 for as long as possible, then playing for Mexico was going to make that a lot harder for himself. And I think he would have known that. So I think it's still 95% Mexico, 5% Canada. But that 5% still, still there, still a possibility. And again, he can still go to a camp. He can go to as many camps as he wants, really. And he might go to a couple of camps and realize, whoa, this place is amazing. I want to be in this team, and still make that jump. That's still a possibility. But for me, I think if it was even 50-50, I don't think he would have wanted to have played for Mexico in December. So yeah, this is a big week for him, big weekend for him, big 24 hours really. 15 minutes for the under 23s is pretty good, and a tough game against Brian. Brian aren't doing too bad in the league in the U23, so he would have got hopefully some decent experience with them, and I think he's gonna happen more often. I think he's going to start off the bench and then start playing. Depending on all the moves, I think there's a big mess at the moment about movements and who's going to stay and who's going to go. So, yeah, I just wanted to make an episode of this weekend for him. So, yeah, not about to sneeze. I'm really happy with him. Obviously, he didn't get a goal or assist in the 3-2 win against Spurs, but still, he seemed integral to the play. The coaches seem to really like him. He played the entire game. Um, he seems to be integral to that team. He seems to be one of their best players, a player that they don't want to drop and sub. So he's had plenty of rest now. He had pretty much the whole entire Christmas break. The under 18s had a long break. The under 23s, I think, played a couple of days before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. And he didn't feature in that. So he's had pretty much from Saturday through to when he played in the Mexico game. So a good old month now. So he's had plenty of time to rest. So hopefully, and then he's hit the gym as well. You keep seeing Instagram posts of him in the gym. So hopefully he starts bulking out a bit, gets a bit beefier. Basically, that can always help you in the Premier League. So yeah, pretty good. Obviously, the games are starting back on now, especially if they're under 18. So stick around, guys, because there's going to be more episodes, I reckon, and probably more big episodes as well when he starts to finally play for the under 23s and gets his first under 23 goal. That's going to be a momentous occasion. So, give this video a like if you liked it, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep tabs on Marcelo. I'll try to keep as much tabs on him as possible. I've got a couple of people in the academy kind of area that I kind of can turn to for information if I needed to. So I'll try to keep as much tabs as possible because he's Arsenal's Mexican player, which ticks all my boxes. So yeah, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.